Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. The Heat trying to take advantage of their home court in this one before leaving Miami. Now fully recuperated from his injury, Danny Granger is back into the mix.
Yeah, and the fans have been waiting for this moment for a while. I'll bet they're going to let him know how happy they are to have him back on the court. He's worked extremely hard to return to the lineup as quickly as possible. I know he's been waiting for this day, too.
Yeah, Clark, the work they were able to do while he was out impressed me. And they deserve a ton of credit for not panicking and continuing to play good basketball without him.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Smooth out there with Doug McDermott. And it's Gay in at the small forward. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Rose has tapped the ball. And that one's good.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Butler against Wade. Pass to Napier. Six to shoot. It's on target from the high post.
Could be the first of many mid-range jump shots we see from him today.
Bulls have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Rose passes to Smooth. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And that one's good.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And they made their mark defensively that day. That was what was, I think, most impressive. Really caused a lot of problems in the paint.
Well, they spent a lot of that game in the air and got their hands on a lot of shots.
To the left side wing. Here's Napier. From outside, off the mark.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
Here's Smooth. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Napier kicks to Wade. Double teamed on Wade. Hamilton outside. They swipe it. Here's Rose. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Rose has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Still Heat ball. 15 seconds on shot. 15.
And Miami has possession. 4-point game. Doubled by Smooth. Napier passes to Dag. 6 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Wade. Here's Gay. Averaging 13 points a contest. He dialed that one up from long distance. Smooth's got 5 now.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Here's Napier. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. The Heat shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Well, this is a club that has hit about 80% of its free throws during the season. Very impressive number.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Danny Granger is checked in for Josh McRoberts. Vasquez comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Cole subbed in for Napier. Smooth. Oh!
Look out! Wow. And again, a few more points added to the lead. They might be ready to pull away here.
I wouldn't be surprised, Steve. As well as they've got it working right now, that could be the case.
And finished off by Rose.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And if we see a few more of them, this game could be in danger of getting out of hand quickly.
Now here's Gay. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Smooth.
Oh, ridiculous.
What a move.
Pour it down that time.
What a start they've gotten off to. A big lead for them, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
And it's not just their hot offense here. I mean, they're playing very strong defense too, guys.
Ennis, he's checked in for Luol Deng. So Chicago with an almost entirely new group here. Bairstow, he's checked in for McDermott. Tony Snell comes in for Rudy Gay. Garrett Temple has checked in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. The pass to Bairstow. Here's Smooth. They set the pick. To the wing right side. Here's Snell. And it's off from three-point range. The Heat trail by 11. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through smooth. Coach said he's the player who should be getting the bulk of their touches early on in this game, and that's certainly nothing unusual for someone with his talent. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Clark, the coach, was really passionate in that last huddle, trying to do everything he can to get his message across.
You know, and I'm not sure what he wanted exactly, but he did it with enough fire that I'm guessing he's not going to be happy with any lapse in execution. I mean, he made his point pretty clear.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Here's Smooth. 12 points for him. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
And I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
And the Heat making a change here. Nick Roberts has checked in.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Here's Smooth, averaging 34 points per contest. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Cole. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall. And we welcome was looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Chicago.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
I think they're also getting some good looks in transition, doing a nice job of running the floor.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Bulls 5 right now. Smooth in its center. Heinrich is out there with Pablo Prigioni. Then there's Tony Snell, and it's Bairstow in at the 4 slot. Kept alive, Heinrich outside. Passes to Bairstow. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing.
Just absolute domination in this one for Smooth. He has 12 points and 3 blocks. He is in complete control of this game.
Yeah, it's just going his way. Everything falling into place.
And the Heat with some changes. Pang comes in for Ennis. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Cole. Chicago also making some changes. McDermott's checked in for Bairstow. Gay comes in for Tony Snell. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Kirk Heinrich. Now here's Granger, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Wade, rejected by Smooth, and they're able to recover. And that one's good. Rose with the ball. He's got 6. Here's the screen. Jumper off the screen, and he hits the jump shot. 16 points for Smooth.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And it's Wade penetrating. Rebounded by McDermott. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from McRoberts.
Well, it was a dismal start from the field for them in the first quarter, but they're finally starting to turn it around.
Well, I don't think it could have gotten any worse, partner. I mean, you figure they had all their bad misses out of the way and should be good to go now.
A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
Well, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job.
That's
Run
right.
him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
Now here's Wade. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Just 5 on the clock. Rejected by Smooth.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game, and he still hasn't registered a single point.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Napier, he's checked in for Miami. And the Bulls making a change also. Butler, he's checked in for Pablo Prigioni. The Heat making a switch here. Hamilton's checked in. Here's Wade. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Dang, a screen on Gay. Granger kicks to Napier. To the paint. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Hamilton.
Then you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Hi, guys. Smooth in their last game against the Raptors got the job done. He finished with 66 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance at Clark here tonight?
I'd say no chance, partner. And that's not a knock against him. It's just that he was so good that night, I don't think he can possibly do it 2 games in a row.
He was Kelloggian. Is that a word? We can use that word.
It is now.
Oh, look at Steve. He didn't like that, though. Look at him.
Well, let's just say he was really good.
And Miami has possession following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. Granger with the screen for Wade. The dish to Granger. Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And let's take a second to view a list of shooting guards who have been very dependable offensively this season. These 2 guards are the most accurate in the league. In the 3rd spot, Dwayne Wade.
Well, in tight or outside, these are all very reliable, very consistent shooters. You know, it's a safe option to put the ball in their hands and let them create something for themselves.
I'd say it's beyond a safe option. It's a great option. The ISO play was made for these guys. All they need is just a little room to operate, and you can count it up. Buckets.
Buckets. I like that.
And the Bulls making a change here. Temple's checked in. Rose passes to Smooth. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists tonight.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that. You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Down low, here's Hamilton. Soft touch off the glass. Hamilton's got 10.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Wade dishes to Granger. Wade kicks to Granger. Dang with the screen for Granger. Clock at 4. Napier passes to Granger. And again, Miami with the triple.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
No good from Smooth.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the layup's good off the glass. Smooth's got 29.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Napier kicks to Wade. Poke loose. Here's Smooth. He has 29. 1 second left. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Pretty shot.